I'm going to show you how to install everything you need for Cordova. So, first thing first, you need to check whether your system is 32-bit or 64-bit. So you can access this from the control panel. It may be different how to get to it on your computer, but it should be similar. Now, your system type will say 64-bit operating system, or if it doesn't have 64 and it just says Windows OS or something like that, most likely it's 32-bit. So there are different ways of accessing your system properties. I could have gone straight to system here. It may be different on your computer, but similar. So that's it. Alright, so now you need to head over to the Node.js website. Click this to download a 64-bit version. If you have 32-bit, head over to other downloads and then click to download the 32-bit version. I have the 64-bit computer, so I click download and wait for it to download. Okay, so now it's downloaded. So now I will click that and I will just go through the installation. So you will click next to everything, agree to anything, basically agree, click agree. I have this already installed, but you can continue. Now you need to install Java 8. So you will go to Java website and you will see you have Windows x86. You'll download this one if you have the 32-bit computer, or this one if you have 64-bit. So you will have to accept the license up here and then you'll have to download whichever one you want. And you will have to create an account if you don't have one to download it. I've already downloaded it, that file. And then you will double click the exe executable file that is downloaded and just agree to everything and install it. And then when you have Java installed, it should appear here. Now notice there's a Java update available. Do not update your Java if ever prompted, because Cordova requires Java 8 to work. It's not compatible with the latest version, so do not update Java. Good. So the next thing now you need to do is head over to the Android Studio website, download Android Studio. If you have 32-bit computer, you need to click download options and you need to download the zip file for 32-bit. There's no installer for the 32-bit, so you'll just click to download that file. The zip. If you have 64-bit like me, you can just download the exe, run the executable that's downloaded, and just click agree and install everything. If you want to see how to do the 32-bit installation, just go to the user guide, hit install, and then watch their installation guide, and they have installation how to install it as well. If you downloaded exe file, or in case of 32 bits, you have to unzip the file, copy the Android Studio folder into your program files. So your program files will be this PC C program files. Well, if you have 32-bit, it will just be program files, and you copy it into here, and then open the Android Studio bin folder and launch the Android Studio for 32-bit. You don't have to do that if you download the executable file for 64-bit machines. It will simply just install it and you launch the installer. And when you have Android Studio installed, click to open Android Studio and let it open. Now the first thing you can do, if you don't have all these options down here, SDK manager, you can actually create a new blank project. Just create next, click next, give it default, and finish. Then this may take a little longer depending on your computer. It takes a while to build. Once it syncs, the Gradle syncs. It'll do all of that for you. And just wait, give it some time. And what I want you to do now is to go to Tools, and you should see Extra Tools. If you don't see, well, I don't see it here, what I want. So since I don't have, after the project builds, actually, right after it syncs and builds, you'll see some extra tools appear. However, if you don't see the tools, you need to go File, Sync Project with Gradle Files, I believe, and then it'll sync. Or is it Sync with File System? You can click that as well. Sync with Gradle Files, and then you can go to Tools, and these tools should appear. So once your project is synced, you can go to Tools, SDK Manager. Then you can go down to Android SDK. If it wasn't open, you can go to Open Appearance, System Settings, Android SDK. Then you will go over here. If it's not installed, you will click this checkbox and click Apply, and then OK, and it will install. Click OK and install. I have it installed. You will need API level 28 for Cordova. That's the highest level it supports, so install that if not already installed. Then your SDK tools should be installed, I suppose, but this is the main thing. Click OK. If your SDK manager doesn't appear here, you can access it from here, Files, Settings, and then the same thing, Appearance, System Settings, Android SDK, and you can ensure API level 28 is installed. And that is it. Also, you want to see the logcat. I can access the logcat from down here, so that when you plug in your cell phone, it should show up here. If you don't see logcat down here, you should be able to see it up here as well. No, it's sorry, it's you should be able to get to it from View, Tool Windows, logcat by pressing Alt 6. If that doesn't work, you may need to resync your project with the Gradle files, and then logcat should appear in the navigation in the View menu, Tool Windows, logcat, and you'll click logcat, then it should appear. That is it. So now, after you've done that, we shouldn't need to go into Android 3 again. However, if you want to install an Android virtual device, that's really cool. You will, hopefully your computer can run it. It requires a bit of resources. You will open the AVD Tools, Android Virtual Device Manager. And I have some here. If you don't have any, you will need to create a new virtual device and scroll down till you see Nexus 5X. I think this one works fairly well. Click Next. Now, you may need to download you may need to download it if you first install it. Click Download, let it install. I've downloaded it already. You download the 28 one, because Cordova requires 28. The 29 may not work. Then click Next and Finish. So now it's created it for me. Now I can just click Play, and it will boot up the Android emulator. It may take a while depending on your computer, just give it some time. However, if if this requires too much resources and it doesn't work on your computer, this is not necessary once you have a real Android device. Um, this will obviously run a bit slower than your cell phone to test apps, but if you can run this, it's cool. There's something I want to show you. Let's do the camera. So with the camera, if we scroll, right, we click to open the camera, allow, next, got it. So by default we have a virtual camera in here that we can walk around in, and that is cool. We can actually walk around inside here, and if we were to change the camera view, it has a virtual camera in here. Now if you have a built-in webcam on your laptop, you can actually have that emulated in here. To do that, you'll first need to shut down the phone, power off. If you click the X, it'll save the state. You should close it with the X by closing that, and then it'll save the state, so it'll start back faster. But if you want to change the settings, you need to shut it down. So I'm going to edit this Android virtual machine, virtual device. I'm going to show advanced settings. Now for my front camera, notice it's emulated. I just want to change that to webcam. Click finish and click play. Once that has booted, I can go back into the camera and make sure that the front facing camera is the one that is being used, and now it uses my webcam. How cool is that? And you can actually take a picture and you can see it here, and that's cool. It appears sideways based on how I guess my computer is, but it's cool. And that's it. And you can close that X to save the state, so it'll boot quicker next time. And that is everything you need to do with Android Studio. Exit. You will then head over to the Gradle website. You will download the complete version. Click download, and then while that's downloading, you will go to your C drive. You'll create a new folder. Let's call it Gradle. And then you will wait for this to finish downloading. And once it finishes, you should find it in your downloads folder, and you will extract all, and you will choose the location to be this PC, and you should see local disk, the Gradle folder that you would have created. Click there, click OK, and click extract, and just wait. It's kind of a large file, so it will take a little time. I did click extract. Okay, it is extracting, so yes, just wait. And when that's finished extracting, go back to your local disk, C drive, Gradle, click the Gradle, click bin, and then up here click and copy that, and you need to add it to your path. Now to access your path, I just searched for environment variables, edit the system environment variables. That brings up this window. You click edit the environment variables. Now be careful while you're in here. Then you can click look for the path. If you don't find one up here, look for the path in at the bottom. These are the system variables, the path. but edit the user variables first before, if you don't have one, then edit this one. Your computer may look a bit different, but the idea is the same. Click edit. Now my computer pops up. This on my computer, on more Windows 10 maybe, you might get a slightly different box with the variables listed on the side. Click new and then paste in that link. However, if your computer looks like mine, add a semicolon and then paste, Control and V, or you can right click, paste the link that we copied. Click OK. In my case, I added this already, but you click OK and OK again, but I added mine already, and you click OK again, and that's it. Gradle is installed. If you had any command prompts open, close them and reopen them, CMD. And if you do echo %, caps lock path, and put echo path, you should see your Gradle. My path may be a bit different to yours because I had an older version of Android Studio which had Gradle included, but that's the path you're using. So now you should see your Gradle path, and these are all the file paths that your operating system uses, so be careful when you edit it. And that is it. Finally, after installing Gradle, let's open a command prompt and let's make sure Node is installed. Node, whoops, let me turn off my caps lock. Node -v. So I have that version. You may have a later version based on when I made this video. Let's type npm -v, which is included with when you install Node. Good. So now we need to install Cordova. npm install -g Cordova. Make sure you spell it correctly. Hit enter and wait, and it will install everything. I have already installed it, so I won't run this command.